In the heart of Zahedan, a courthouse erupts into chaos. Gunfire crackles, grenades explode, and a mother and child among the dead. This isn't just another militant strike, it's a message. Jaish al-Adl has returned, and this time they've hit the very symbol of Iranian state power. What drove this brazen assault? And what does it mean for a nation already on edge? An armed assault on a courthouse in Zahedan, the capital of Iran's southeastern Sistan-Balochistan province, left at least 9 people dead and 20 others injured on July 26th. Among the dead were 3 attackers and 6 victims, including civilians and judiciary staff. A mother and her child were among those reportedly killed when a grenade was hurled into the building. The attackers, identified as members of Jaish al-Adl, a Sunni militant group rooted in Iran's Baloch minority, stormed the judiciary complex in broad daylight. According to Fars news agency, affiliated with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or the IRGC, the gunmen initially targeted court officers before firing at civilians outside. The ensuing chaos included sustained gunfire and at least 1 explosion, whose cause has yet to be confirmed. Some local reports suggest a possible suicide bomber may have been involved, though this remains unverified. Security forces responded quickly, evacuating court staff and visitors. 3 of the attackers were killed in clashes with Iranian forces. The deputy police chief of Sistan and Balochistan blamed what he described Zionist-affiliated terrorists for the Zahedan courthouse assault.
Today, a terrorist team affiliated with Zionism, disguised as clients, attempted to enter the Sistan and Balochistan Justice Department in Zahedan. Fortunately, due to the vigilance of the security forces present at the scene and the conflict that ensued, one of these terrorists was killed on the spot. Unfortunately, we witnessed the martyrdom of a number of clients, including a 1-year-old child and a mother, following a grenade thrown by this person. Following this conflict, in a pursuit of other affiliated elements on a nearby street, fortunately, 2 more people were killed. Thank God the team was destroyed at this moment when I am at your service, and all members were dead.
Several judiciary personnel and security staff were among the wounded, according to the Baloch rights group Halfsh, which reported that the attackers entered from Azadi Street and directly targeted judges' chambers. Jaish al-Adl later claimed responsibility for the attack, calling it the arm of justice. The group stated via Telegram that the operation was a response to what they called crimes committed against the Baloch people and warned civilians to avoid the area during the assault.
During the Arm of Justice operation, our fighters targeted the judiciary headquarters of Sistan and Balochistan province in Zahedan. A unit of the Devotees of Divine Justice carried out this morning's assault on a center that, in our view, issues death sentences and arrest orders for our youth and scholars, and authorizes the destruction of mosques and the homes of the impoverished in our land. 3 of our fighters were martyred.
The attack comes amid a sharp rise in executions in Sistan, Balochistan. Iran Human Rights recorded at least 343 executions across Iran in the first 4 months of 2025, a 75% increase from the same period last year. Alarmingly, Baloch prisoners accounted for nearly 1/3 of those executed in April. 4 Baloch men were hanged on April 30th alone, and rights organizations warn that at least 85 inmates remain at risk of execution in Zahedan Central Prison. The courthouse assault is the latest in a series of deadly attacks carried out by Jaish al-Adl, which has repeatedly targeted IRGC installations, border posts, and state symbols in recent years. The group, designated a terrorist organization by both Tehran and Washington, claims to fight against what it sees as the systematic oppression of Iran's Sunni and Baloch minorities. Sistan Balochistan, located near Iran's borders with Pakistan and Afghanistan, has long been a hotspot of unrest. Armed groups, including militants and separatists, have waged low-intensity conflict for years, citing political exclusion, religious discrimination, and economic neglect by the Shia-dominated central government. For Jaish al-Adl, the courthouse in Zahedan represented a potent symbol of state authority and, in their view, institutionalized injustice. Targeting the judiciary was a calculated act, meant not only to challenge state power, but also to draw international attention to the plight of the Baloch minority. The group has frequently accused Iranian authorities of carrying out extrajudicial killings, suppressing Sunni religious practices, and manipulating demographics to dilute the Baloch presence in the province. Hours after the Zahedan attack, further violence erupted in West Azerbaijan province. Armed assailants opened fire on an IRGC post near Sardasht, killing a Basij militia member and wounding another. Local IRGC officials described the incident as an act of terrorism, though the identity of the perpetrators remains unclear. Authorities have since tightened security in the area and urged the public to avoid spreading unverified information. While Tehran continues to blame such attacks on foreign-backed terrorist outfits and cross-border insurgents, critics argue that the root causes lie deeper, in decades of marginalization and unmet grievances. As the region remains volatile, the threat of further violence looms large.